Hello, wrestling fans. NXT Stand and Deliver 2024 was pretty much, as the show titled, Stand and Deliver, and just about everybody did just that. Now, we had a pre-show match as we saw Shawn Spears do battle with Joe Gacy. Now, during the pre-show, Ridge Holland, who recently announced his retirement, was introduced, and as Spears was walking to the ring, I forgot whose voice it was. It sounded like I forgot the woman, the lady was saying, no, Ridge, no. And Spears kept walking to the ring, but then when Gacy was walking to the ring, Ridge attacks Gacy from behind with a chair, and eventually Gacy reaches the ring, and the match gets underway. Spears hits a belly-to-belly off the top rope. They have a chop fest. Spears puts Gacy in a Boston Crab, further punishment to his back until Gacy grabs the ropes. Gacy did the flying body press off the top rope. Spears reversed it, got a 2 count. Gacy hit a Saitoplex, followed by a German suplex, did a second rope moonsault. Spears hit what they called a Hangman's DDT. Gacy with a Uranagi. Gacy did a senton off the apron, misses a top rope forward senton. Spears hits the pedigree. Gacy kicked out of that. Try to go for a C4, but then Gacy hits the handspring gladiator, and Joe Gacy defeats Shawn Spears at 9 minutes 5 seconds. I'm let down. This match wasn't on the main show. I just feel bad for these two guys, especially since with Ridge Holland. I guess he faked a retirement, seemingly. Then the main show begins as we see Metaphor, Noam Dar, Lash Legend, Oro Mensah, and Jakara Jackson as the hosts of Stand and Deliver, and they did like a video preview of all the matches. We start the match, the main show, with Nathan Frazier and Axiom, or is it Axiom, as they challenge Baron Corbin and Braun Breaker, the Wolf Dogs, for the Tag Team Championship. Frazier and Axiom hit dives to the floor before the champs got in the ring. Corbin hit a Death Valley Drive followed by a Brainbuster on Axiom. Braun hit a running clothesline. Eventually, Axiom hit a Spanish Fly on Braun. Frazier with a springboard dropkick on Corbin, followed by standing shooting star press. Frazier and Axiom hit a pair of super kicks. Braun hit a top rope Rana on Axiom. Axiom with a German suplex on Braun. Then hit a top rope Spanish Fly. Frazier hit a 450 splash on Braun, but he kicked out. Wait. Okay, yeah, all right, we got that. Let me see here. Okay, Braun hit like an angle slam. Off the top rope. Seemed that way to me. Corbin did a top rope splash. Both moves were done on Frazier. Braun missed the spear on the outside, hit the stairs. Frazier hit the Phoenix Splash on Corbin. Braun managed to make the save. Corbin hits Axiom with the End of Days, and then Braun Breaker spears Frazier, and Corbin pins Frazier, enabling Corbin and Breaker to defeat Frazier and Axiom at 11 minutes 23 seconds to retain the Tag Team Championship. Both teams really brought it on this occasion. Then we had a triple threat match of big men as Dijak and Josh Briggs challenged Oba Femi for the North American title. Early on, the challengers both hit Yakuza kicks on both sides of Femi. Dijak super kicked Briggs on the apron. Oba pressed Dijak over his head on the floor, dropping him right on Briggs. Briggs catches Dijak off the top rope with a choke. It seems like he tried to choke slam, but he threw him onto Oba, who was sitting in one of the announcers' chairs at ringside. Oba was double choke slammed by both men, by Briggs and Dijak. Oba hit a spot buster on both men simultaneously. Briggs hit a lariat on the top rope onto Dijak. Dijak chokeslammed Briggs, and Briggs kicked out at 1. Dijak hit the Destroyer, or Canadian Destroyer, on Briggs. Oba with at one interesting spot, which ooh and awed the crowd. Dijak had Briggs on his... No, Briggs was on Dijak's shoulders for a fireman's carry of sorts, but then Oba, he gets underneath I don't know. Let me see. Oba gets underneath Dijak, and Oba has Dijak on his shoulders. Dijak's got Briggs in a fireman's carry, and I don't know if they messed up or anything, but Oba drops him, and it looked like, well, I don't know if something went wrong there or not. Dijak hit Feast Your Eyes on Oba twice. And I think the second time Briggs pulled the referee out of the ring to prevent a 3 count. Briggs runs Oba through the barrier surrounding the ringside area. Dijak hits Feast Your Eyes on Briggs on the floor, throws him back in, hits Feast Your Eyes again, this time in the ring. He's about to pin him, but Oba gets back in and grabs Dijak by the throat, pulls him up, picks him up, powerbombs Dijak onto Briggs, and scores a pinfall at an even 15 minutes. Oba Femi still the North American champion, but the crowd was really behind Dijak on this. This guy just when you think this guy can get a break, he doesn't. Up next was the 6-woman tag team match as Jacy Jayne, Kiana James, and Izzy Dame took on Thea Hale, Fallon Henley, and Kalani Jordan. Well, the heels attacked before the Pearl Harbor job, before the bell even rang. Kalani hit a dive on Dame. Kalani hit a RVD kick on Jayne, not the Van Daminator kick, but if you watch Rob Van Dam footage, you know which kick I'm talking about. Hale and Jayne eventually butt heads in this match. They're having a slugfest. Hale hits an exploder suplex. Eventually, Jayne tagged out to Izzy Dame, and I forgot what Dame did, but Hale puts a Kimura lock on Dame, and she tapped out, enabling Thea Hale, Fallon Henley, and Kalani Jordan to defeat Jacy Jayne, Thea Hale, Fallon Henley, and Kalani Jordan defeat Jacy Jayne, Kiana James, and Izzy Dame at 11 minutes 43 seconds. Right after that match, we see NXT General Manager Ava, or is it Ava, in the back, and she's looking to the camera and announces how great that 6-woman tag was, and feels that the NXT has the best women's division in the world. She announced that coming soon there will be NXT will have crowned their first women's North American champion. Now, I know in WWE land there's been buzz and talks of having a women's intercontinental champion or a women's secondary singles championship. We'll see if the ladies ever do that. I mean, if they do that for the women in Raw or SmackDown. Well, up next, it was time for Roxanne Perez as she challenged Lyra Valkyria for the women's championship. They had back and forth early in the match. Perez worked on Lyra's injured arm. They both went for a fly body press as they ran the ropes and they collided with each other. Lyra hit 2 Northern Lights suplex. She hit a sit-down powerbomb. Perez had a dive into a DDT on the floor. Perez had pop rocks, and Lyra kicked out of that. Tatum Paxley, it was a Paxley Tatum. She came out of the crowd, try to motivate Valkyria. Roxanne did a head scissor into a crossface. I forgot how Lyra got out of that somehow. Lyra hit a spin kick, hits a German suplex. At one point, Roxanne put the crossface on her again. Lyra either grabbed the rope or broke out of it. Roxanne hit a poison Rana, followed by a second pop rocks, then the crossface for the third time. And after a struggle, which wound up back in the middle of the ring, Roxanne Perez defeated Lyra Valkyrie with the crossface submission at 16 minutes, 19 seconds to win the NXT Women's Championship and become Women's Champion for the second time in her career. Next up, we see Tony D'Angelo with the family challenge Ilya Dragunov for the NXT Championship. Early on, I forgot who was lifting who up for a suplex, but they both fall outside to the floor because they were so close to the ropes. Dragunov hit German suplexes. Dragunov hit a Death Valley driver on the floor. Then he hits a Gladiator, a running powerbomb. Tony D'Angelo eventually takes control and Stacks gives him brass knuckles, and Tony says, "No, I don't want to do it that way." And he gave them back. Tony hit a headbutter, followed by a belly-to-belly suplex, a standing Gladiator, German suplex, hit a super belly-to-belly suplex off the top rope. Ilya hit an H-bomb out on the floor. Then he jumps off the barrier surrounding the ring, hitting the H-bomb, putting D'Angelo through the smash and outs table. Ilya hits a top rope senton. Tony catches Ilya midair with a powerbomb. Ilya. What the heck did I write here? Ilya, I believe, hit a headbutter, followed by a Torpedo Moscow, which is a running uppercut, and then hit a H-bomb from the top rope. Ilya Dragunov defeats Tony D'Angelo at 17 minutes, 5 seconds to retain the championship, and then they shook hands after the match. And then it was time for the main event, which saw Carmelo Hayes take on Trick Williams. Now, I think just as I'm watching the video preview of this match, I fell asleep. And already in progress, I wake up and the match is already in progress, and Melo had control. Trick eventually hits leg lariats, hits a jumping neck breaker. Hayes had a frog splash from the top rope. Trick accidentally sandwiches the referee in the corner. Hayes chop blocks Trick in the leg. Hayes tries to bring a chair into play, but Trick grabs him and he uses it on him. The referee eventually woke up. He grabs the chair from Trick, and Hayes kicks Trick in the balls. Then Hayes accidentally hits a knee on that same referee. Poor bastard. Eventually another referee comes out. Hayes hits nothing but net, which is that leg drop from the top rope, but Trick kicks out. Trick hits what they called the Trick shot, which I think was a running or a jumping knee, and Trick Williams defeats Carmelo Hayes at 14 minutes, 47 seconds to end a great show. NXT's next big event will be Battleground, which originally was going to be held Sunday, May 26th, but was pushed to Sunday, June 9th. And they're going to have Heatwave, which is another big one, on Sunday, July 7th. great to hear. And the NXT Women's North American title is coming. Also, a lot of stuff happened here. I don't know if anybody's ready to go to Raw or SmackDown after this. Maybe Lyra Valkyria. Braun Breaker's already a part of SmackDown, even though he's still NXT Tag Team Champion with Baron Corbin. I'm not sure who else they could do, but I still say NXT should have big shows every month on the network rather than have bigger than special editions of their Tuesday night shows like New Year's Evil, Roadblock. I wonder if they're going to have a special Tuesday night episode between now and Battleground. Actually, maybe, I don't know if it'll be at Battleground or later, but I think Thea Hale versus JC Jane one-on-one needs to happen. So let me know what you folks think. I mean, I thought this was a very good show, and I forgot to mention, for the third, Braun Breaker finally won a match at Stand and Deliver, because, you know, his first time was 2 years ago. He lost in the main event to Dolph Ziggler, and then he lost the main event last year, to where he lost the championship to Carmelo Hayes, and now this year at Stand and Deliver, he opens up this show, retains the tag belts, but, you know, interesting to see, because I don't even know who could take Ilya Dragunov for the title right now. He's held that belt since, September, I think? Wow. Okay. Again, let me know what you think, folks. I thought this show was very good.